cool, bud. What are you doing? Are you doing?
I was doing media for a while.
I've seen you with the robot. Yeah. You had the robot. You got this thing now, eh?
Why don't you see me with the robot?
That was probably last year. We had recorded you. I think I put up a video of you showcasing your video. Your
when
robot.
was that? Last year?
Maybe last year in the fall, or maybe not in the fall. Maybe in the spring. Might have been in the spring this year.
I don't remember anything honestly because I'm like
busy.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm Max.
Max, cool. What do you got to say, buddy? It's cool.
This weather is miserable. I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. Just waiting for it to clear up so I can go out and do like street photography.
So you're almost done school, yeah?
No, I'm in high school.
You're in high school. Yeah, you're almost done high school though.
Not at all.
No?
Going into 10th.
Nice. And you got this technology, bro. That's wild.
What I do is I just pour all of my income into this because, you know, since I'm a student, I don't really need to cover rent, you know, expenses, whatever.
I knew when I was young and passionate about things, man. That's amazing, dude. What do you have to say to like other inspiring people who maybe don't want to go to like post-secondary? Are you thinking about experiencing?
Oh no, you have to go to post-secondary. This I'm not going to do professionally. I don't think this is. I'm never going to take creative stuff as a professional
So you'll
job
just have this always for the rest of your life, you know?
Because I will never be able to take this seriously because what I think is that... Oh, shit.
Here's a question I like to ask because I bought a nice camcorder years ago. Like, how long do you think this camera's going to last you?
Like 2 years before it's obsolete. It's already a couple of years old.
You think so, right? You're not going to use it past that? You're going to try to sell it maybe?
I just keep my older ones, but, you know, I always try to upgrade because...
So what is this model?
This is a Ronin 46K. It's a stabilized camera. It's for cinema use, and it's really good for like broadcast, multicam, concerts.
It's expensive.
It's I think in the configuration that it's in right now with a transmitter, I'd say it's about what 12, 13 grand.
Wow.
So it's not too much, but I mean
he pours all of his income into it, and it's good.
Well,
it's important.
There goes my infinity bar.
Now what's that thing? It's just an infinity
It's a
bar.
light.
It's a light? Oh,
okay.
Cool.
These are lights because, you know.
Very cool, man.
It's better than carrying around one of those big like soft boxes.
How much are those things? I've thought about getting some of those.
I have no idea actually. I forgot how much these things are.
I like how they can mount on just
mount it on.
You can mount it on a pole or something. Very handy. Do you have an Instagram?
I do. Wait 1 second.
Yeah, I love the setup in the rig, man. Like, I think we need more content creators in Canada. Like,
oh hell no.
No?
Yeah. I use this usually, but this thing is already obsolete. There's a 6 out. This is a 5.
That's nice. I like the little pattern on that lens, dude. It's got the fisheye. Oh,
yeah, this is 1424. It's not a fisheye, but I did take the hood off so I can shoot.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That was legit.
I just spend a lot of money on gear. What do I say?
No, it's important to like go after your passions and like, you know, that's amazing, man. Like,
okay, yeah, but what I think is actually I wouldn't stress it too much because I will never take creative work as a professional job because what I think is that realistically there's too much volatility involved in doing creative work full time, and unless you're gonna be like really committed to that, what I would just recommend it. Like a regular job on a salary that just constantly pays out as long as you do the thing with dedication.
What do you want to go to university for?
I want to go into university for mechatronics because realistically right now it's going to be pretty high paying.
I think robotics are the future.
As of now, of course, I think that. I think what we have currently is really pathetic. It doesn't really even amount to anything because as of now, nothing is being like deployed in too much of a practical sense. Everything right now is kind of just experimental.
Right.
When robotics is advanced enough to actually, you know, sustain doing things without constant human intervention, constant monitoring, and you know, I guess constant upkeep. I think that's going to be the point where robotics can be kind of taken more seriously. Right now, it's a very promising field, but I don't think it's quite too advanced right now. So I'm just hoping by the time I'm in the workforce, I'll be able to, I guess, implement things that actually work instead of just playing with it. Like
I've seen them unboxing the robots. Have you seen that where their legs are coming out of the box?
Oh yeah, like that Chinese one. I've seen.
Right.
That, yeah.
That's like.
But realistically, right now, all the robots that are out in the market, like the Unishichi one, whatever, like the Engine AI ones, like those things. Look what people are doing with them, right? They're just walking them around on the street. They are like making the robots box.
Right.
What's practical about that?
Yeah,
What I
they're
think
learning
is
how
that
to like climb stairs now, right? So like, what's practical, like climbing the stairs, right? Like what?
the fact of how far it is, the fact that we are like even stairs is seen as something like astonishing by current standards for robotics.
Yeah.
I think that kind of shows how, I guess, not under advanced it is in today's market. I think there's a long way to go for it, and hopefully
sure.
that's when I'll be able to cash in on it.
Yeah, we got to cash in on it, man.
Yeah.
There is a prospecting future for us as Canadians, right? Like,
What?
we're so rich in like resources, we're so rich
yeah,
in knowledge,
but,
and like,
I
gotta
think-
use our knowledge.
I think Canada is a disaster right now, so I'm gonna go to the United States since there's more, job opportunities, more prospect there.
Yeah.
Because right now, largely Canada's economy is not too great of a place. I don't think it's somewhere where I want to kind of place all of my, I guess, livelihood in the future.
Like building even a business in the States, maybe.
Yeah, I'd just like to maybe go work for like Lockheed Martin or like Anduril Base Systems, defense.
So there is a lot more
manufacturers,
opportunity in the States,
because,
right?
Yeah.
More people, more demand for the smarts,
because,
right?
You ask anyone where tech kind of comes from, they'll immediately say like Silicon Valley, right? Like Harvard, so Boston,
Yeah.
MIT, Carnegie Mellon. They will name a bunch of places in the U.S. No one's gonna come up with no one's gonna come up with a place in Canada. They're not gonna say, oh, Toronto is like a massive tech hub or development hub or whatever, because
Right.
it's not. There's nothing going on recently. It's far behind what the U.S. has, so that's what I plan to do.
And the crimes going up, the poverty, we're seeing.
It's a terribly administrated country. We have like our leadership right now is in shambles.
Yeah, look at what the tariffs. Now they've been paying 50% of the tariffs with the states. We haven't come to an agreement. Carney's failing us.
Currently, that's what I think. I think that currently, the state of Canadian politics is so retaliatory instead of being, logical and thinking. And I think that's a stupid position to be in, which kind of screws over the people of the country.
100%, yeah.
So the second I'm old enough to move out, that's what I plan on doing, because there's no prospect left in this country.
Smart.
Under what is currently going on.
Yeah, it's almost like you got to get away and find the salvation.
Since I do media, right? I was at a couple protests, and it's so it breaks my heart honestly to see how devolved people are.
Yeah, that's right. They don't even know oneself. They don't even know oneself. They don't even know themselves.
Exactly,
they don't even know,
these people want to judge everyone else.
Yeah, it's wild.
I was
right?
at this. I was passing by this Canada First protest and counter protest in January, I believe.
Yeah.
And I had a camera on me, so I thought to take some pictures and some videos. First thing I get, within the first 5 minutes of being there, one of the counter protesters throws one of those smoke grenades at the media. How retarded do you have to be to do that? Because clearly that's someone who's...
And that's teaching the next generation, okay, it's okay, push the boundaries a little bit, then you see the shootings, people coming outside of people's homes and shooting. What I think it's stupid
that these people are especially doing it to police officers, media, and paramedics, which, first of all, these people are not even in the protest, they're not on a side.
Yeah.
So there's no reason for them to be retaliatory. There's no reason for them to be retaliatory to anyone at all, because they need to be thinking, which they don't.
Yeah. People don't know their place in Canada, right? People don't understand where the police are there to just kind of keep the peace.
Then these people complain that the police aren't doing anything because the police are there managing you retards.
Yes, I know, right?
It's so hypocritical.
Yes.
It's so counterintuitive that it makes me think, how are these people serious? And the second I see someone who expresses this kind of stance, it's really hard for me to take them seriously.
That's right.
Because of some of these things.
100%, man. So say your name. What's your Instagram handle?
I'm Max.
What's your Instagram handle?
My handle is Max Eterna, but that is my photography page.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll make sure you give a shout out, and we'll get people checking your photography.
What I think is, there's just a huge administration problem right now. A lot of things need to be fixed at the systemic level. Everyone's saying about, oh, we need to help the poor, we need to help the disadvantaged, you have to help the discriminated. No one's helping anyone in Canada nowadays.
That's right.
Actually, think about even the little things. No one holds the door anyone. No one says thank you. No one greets anyone. Everyone's so,
It's a great experiment I'm going to try tonight now that we've talked about it. Just a friendly hello and see how many people actually out of 100 say hello.
Actually, it's really disheartening. You say hello, half the people just say fuck you, and half the other people just ignore you.
And it is all about timing and representation too, because certain people being over embellished. Maybe some people don't like it.
Everyone's so pessimistic. Everyone is so antagonizing. No one can see the good side in people anymore.
And like that's what government has made people into. It's like having so much control over the people has made people.
I will make this as one of my last points.
Yeah.
But what I think is that we've gone from what it's supposed to be, which is a center-leaning left party and a center-leaning right party.
Yep.
And it's gone into an either extremist party or two parties that go into the same view, depending on what time that is.
That's right, yeah. And I've always been a little bit far right leaning to the center right.
So
and now I'm more center.
So I'm a conservative, but what I think is that current conservative beliefs are not conservative beliefs. These are more extreme, I'd say radical, but not too much. But
that's right.
I guess radical beliefs.
To some people,
this is not conservatism. Both movements, conservative and liberal, they're kind of gone to the extremes.
They need reform.
So what I think is that no one knows moderation anymore. Moderation is the one thing that I think our country needs the most right now, because no one knows that anymore.
Put it on a t-shirt, everything in moderation. I was always taught that.
You give them an inch, they take a mile, regardless of who it is. No matter what person it is, most people in Canada, like 90% of them, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Yeah. They'll assume that,
a lot of entitlement.
Yeah.
Very, very well said, man.
Yeah.
Very well said. You're gonna get the message out there. Spread the message.
Yeah. What I like, it's really also the other thing is, like a lot of these leftists tend to be very, very violent at protests too. Conservatives, I see it sometimes, but it's more so prominent in liberals. And actually, I think it's incorrect to call these people liberals because there's a difference in my opinion.
Why do they feel like they can be a little bit more violent? Okay. Why is that? Why is that a thing?
I think they're just entitled to that. I think they're entitled to think that their belief is just superior to everyone else, and they think that they can exercise that in a violent way.
Now, is that taught by like the elders?
I'm not even sure. It
must be taught by the parents.
I have no idea. It might be
family dynamics.
I just see it so weird.
I had a friend that told me that his grandma had influenced him a lot in his life. And then as he grew up, he realized that all the things that his grandma was feeding him was kind of like bullcrap.
Yeah.
So maybe it is tied into the family.
Actually, I believe
stuff.
Charlie Kirk said this, but there's a difference between a liberal and a leftist.
Yeah.
Which is that a liberal is someone who holds more liberal views, and they can actually sit down, have a conversation with you, be respectful, and actually acknowledge your humanity as a person.
Yeah.
And then leftist is someone who's going batshit crazy and thinking that they're always right without, respecting the dignity or whatever of anyone else who doesn't share their exact belief. And then there's also the difference between a conservative and a right extremist.
Far right extremist.
Which is that, again, a conservative is someone you can sit down, hold an opinion with, and, they can respect you.
That's
and then an extremist is also someone who's going to exercise their opinion to such a degree that they're going to be violent about it, they're going to be crazy about it.
Like, I feel like I sit with such an interdisciplinary thought. Like, I find such disregard for people who can't sit there and have that conversation.
Like the fact
that so weird
you
to me.
think,
but I'm not far right where I would go.
Also,
why aren't you doing that and impose it on someone?
What I think is that unless the person is like literally Hitler, what I think is that no one's opinion really kind of invalidates your humanity, and people need to see that. Someone's political stance no longer makes them like some abomination or whatever, which people make you seem to believe.
That's right.
Nowadays.
I know, right? It doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's if you're a good human being or if you're not a good human being.
Exactly.
Really.
So why does it really matter who you're voting for?
Exactly.
It's actually people chalk it up to so much more than what I think it is. Which people think that your politics define you as a person, and that's. And then
when we see those counter protests at the Canada rallies, you have all these lefties, liberals that are actually been like, no, you're probably better off on our side supporting Canada. You support a lot of our ideals and beliefs anyways. Why aren't you just over here supporting us?
That happens because no one can have a conversation anymore.
And like you said, it maybe is we have to follow where the good is. It's not about following politics, but it's about following where the good is in people, right? Super important.
You need a little bit of an IQ.
Exactly.
If you don't have the IQ, you're not going to have
And that's tied into the family values. It's tied into education, the family values.
Okay, you are actually absolutely right on that. That's what I think. My hands are wet too. It doesn't matter.
But you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so everyone needs to be able to sit down and talk to people, and no one talks to people anymore to begin with.
Exactly, right? So how are we ever going to get to a point of even knowing who's left and who's right? Or who's center? We're never going to get to that point. You're always going to assume something because you have that critique.
What do you do, right, son?
Oh, no, I'm in high school.
He's in high school. He's in grade 10.
Right now I'm 14.
But he has good parents that have instilled good things and to drive himself
my
into.
parents aren't too overly political. I think I've developed my
Me too, right? They
politics, as a conservative on my own.
Me too.
Because, like, I think logic. I'm not saying I'm the most right person ever. I think by my logic, it's what I think
that's the value and the value set that we value most in Canada is the ability to just be free in who we want to be. When I was growing up, I was the same way. My parents let me be free in what I thought. They never pushed ideological thinking on me, never pushed religion on me, never pushed political stuff on me, and that's super important, right? Because if you let a kid develop and grow up, right, they have more ambition.
Yeah, I know, but you don't want to.
Children have more ambition when they're not constricted to one way of thinking.
Yeah. So what I think is that right now, again, political systems and actually everywhere right now, Canada, U.S., no matter where, it's kind of in a state of disrepair, and I think that needs to be fixed. Everyone needs to do things in moderation. Everyone needs to respect other people's beliefs, etc., etc. It's just astounding to me, like how stupid some people, how close-minded some people can be.
What would you say to your other high school students who maybe are a little bit on the woke side?
I actually go to Catholic school, so we have less of those. Those kinds of people. We don't have as many.
So the Catholic school has. Yeah, interesting.
I think that also, regardless of religion, I think the Catholic school might actually be beneficial to some people.
Yeah, so public school is what's affecting people so much, right?
I wouldn't
Putting the
say that
transgender
too much
flag up on.
Okay, now that's
they're
stupid.
letting it happen.
The only flag that should be flown are the Canadian one and the Ontario flag, because that's okay. Because
But Alberta is the only province in Canada. What do you think about that?
Actually, I was just in Alberta. It's a beautiful place. The people are actually, they feel more Canadian. They're more nice.
Yeah.
They're less hostile.
Right.
Toronto.
And that's why they want the separatist movement. But the separatist movement's not going to happen. I think eventually they're going to find resolution.
Look at how shit our currency is right now too.
Yeah. And that's why you want to leave, right, to the States.
Not like it's so disheartening to me to see myself in a position as an adult to have to live in an economy like this where I'll work so hard and I guess my effort will be useless.
Look at all the immigrants we bring in, and your efforts are
regarding
being dampened by all these other opportunities that are given to all these people that are migrating here. When you should have ample opportunity, you should be able to buy 10 of those cameras. I should be able to buy 10 of those cameras, right?
Yeah. So what I think is that right now, no one knows how to separate people, regardless of their status, as a good person or someone who's gonna sit there, feed off the system, and do sit on their ass all day, do nothing.
That's right. Follow the good. I think that's what we need to do. Follow the good, and especially with the political votes coming up.
Yeah. What I think is that immigrants are foundational to Canada. They made Canada possible.
Of course. Yeah.
Immigrants, without immigrants, Canada would be nowhere.
It's where we learn. Right? It takes generations upon generations.
But when these immigrants come here with no respect for our country, no respect for our culture, trying to assimilate us, I think that's where we kind of have to evaluate these people and look if they really should be getting accepted into our country.
That's right.
Because they're not benefiting us. They're leeching off the system with no reason. When there's a perfectly capable person who could be working, who could be doing things, who could be a good influence.
And that makes you want to leave and go do something in
because
the
when
States,
these people
that's
are
a big problem. We're losing good, valuable Canadians like what's your name?
Max.
Max. So we're losing good Canadians to a bad system that's built upon these belief systems that are valuing others instead of valuing Max. Right? We're valuing Max here, but actually giving them more opportunities. Right? We're valuing both the same because you're both human beings and you operate under human rights. But we give them extra benefits here, so they actually value them more than you. And we see that all the time. People that have been working here, their pensions aren't as much as the people who come here.
Look at the state of some of the people here. Living in very detrimental conditions.
And it's people like you with smart minds that need to go and change Canada in a way, right? Because your smart mind will develop into a future business thinking.
I think if I go into politics, my mind is going to disintegrate. So I'm not going to.
Politics are a tough thing, but I think world changing and change making in Canada, rather and building it out somewhere else and learning the skills and bringing it back home. Kind of like if you lived in Africa, you would move to Canada, build some skills, and then go back to Africa to build Africa better. You wouldn't want to just destroy Canada where you built all your skills, in the same sense where we got to leave Canada, go get our skills somewhere else, and then come back to Canada to make Canada a better place, right?
Yeah, also, another thing I've noticed is that,
Here,
like,
turn
like,
over.
oh, sorry, yeah.
It's okay.
I like to think metrically sometimes when there's numbers involved. And looking at, like, I guess how much money these people are getting for sitting around on their asses, like, that's the money of this thing, right? I like, if I could sit on my ass and get that, I would be so happy. But I had to work for that.
Exactly.
That took me, like, I think, like 5 or 6 months of just straight up working, doing, you know, concerts, events, whatever.
Wild.
Connecting to people, doing
Amazing,
robotics, whatever. Doing my job. Because, you know, the second I turned 14, the second I turned working age, I got an internship. I tried to get more work going for me. You know, I tried to get more, you know, opportunities.
We need
to
more
network with
Canadians
people.
like Max over here. It's important.
And
for sure.
when I think about how much effort, like
Thinking this
motivated and
that
well,
really gives me hope.
it
like,
really to me too.
okay, I really
And
appreciate
it is,
that.
and it is the
Yeah.
family structure. I think that's important that we're like we have to look at here.
That, like, something like you're working very hard, and take a look at the people who are coming in here. They don't do anything.
They don't work.
get
They
rewarded.
sit there,
They sit there
and
doing
then they
nothing.
get what us
Lazy
Canadians
as hell.
should be getting for working.
Exactly.
That's right.
So, like, when I think of it and think how hard I had to work to build up my my portfolio, my business, my connections to this point where I'm able to get jobs. I was just here doing the Senko Festival, doing like media for that.
Yeah.
It took me a long while to get the connections to be able to do that, to get, you know, the resources
Amazing.
for that. And to think that someone who just came here fresh off the boat can sit there, file a couple papers, and get the exact same thing, or not, I guess not the opportunity, but
Right.
the exact same money, the exact same, I guess,
Without ever, like-
cadence from society,
Right.
by just sitting there and doing nothing, not applying themselves.
That's a problem.
That's really heartbreaking to
Yeah,
me.
it's a problem.
It makes me feel like my work is being devalued, my effort is being
right.
devalued, and my status as a Canadian is also being devalued.
That's right.
This young and he already knows his
Yeah, and you work really hard. I can't believe that you have such a good quality camera and you do the you do work. You know, good on you, Max.
Me, the way I am
Yeah.
right now, like I'm 26 right
Yeah.
now. Like, I would take some time to say
Yeah, that's right. So you know, we're gonna build you out, build the connections,
I think
right?
I can
It's
also,
important. We get
thank
it.
my parents for this because, again, I'm a student. I'm in high school, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to pay for a house. I don't have to pay
That's
for a
right.
car,
Exactly. Right.
utilities,
You're capitalizing
food, whatever.
on the moment in your
I
life.
can spend
right? You're
all
you're
of
not
my money
wasting
on
it.
my assets.
That's right.
And you know,
Important.
on my investments, on my whatever.
Important.
And I do this because I think it can really help me later
Yeah,
on
that's
in
right.
life.
And you know how many people waste their years, their teen years, from 14, 15, 16, 17, and then they 18, they're like, oh, I gotta get a job now? And it's like, you've had 5 years
Gap
to get a
years,
job,
right?
4 years. So yeah, and
Yeah,
man,
but,
good
yeah.
meeting you, man.
So
it's amazing meeting
yeah,
you,
I
man.
don't
You're
know,
an
like-
inspiration to Canadians, and we need more Canadians like you, Max. So is there anything you want to say to other Canadians, you know, to
I
inspire
think
them,
that-
to make them feel some
well,
fire in their heart that makes them feel more
what I
passionate
think
about this
is
place?
that okay, like what I think to Canadians is they should stop talking out of their ass. They should. If I don't care if you're conservative, you're liberal, if you're whatever. What I hate is when they're whatever they are. They could be the exact same belief as me, but if they're not researched at all, I'm not going to respect that belief. Because realistically, what will this person know about issues going on in Canada? You know, let alone global issues. What will this person know if they're just sitting there doing nothing, collecting
course.
welfare, doing whatever?
Living in this mindset that they've been like coming here to survive, right?
Like,
Yeah,
if you go to somewhere, like if you go to, let's say, like rural China, or if you go to like Australia or somewhere, and you ask them, what do you think about Canada? And this person, you know, like let's just ask like a farmer or someone who's not too, you know, in the media now. Just ask them what they think of Canada. What will they say? Oh, nice people. You know, it's nice up there. It's very accommodating. Beavers, maple syrup, whatever the hell. You bring them here, that belief is going to be shattered because no Canadian, like almost no Canadian, is like that anymore.
Right, yeah. We wouldn't be able to
everyone's
like,
so
here's some
hateful.
maple syrup. Look at this
Yeah.
nice lodge that we have for you. Look at
Yeah.
this bed that we have. It's
Everyone's
not
so
that-
spiteful
yeah,
that if you tell a Canadian, you know, I guess even, well, no one has to tell them, but I think Canadians now would kind of laugh at what people think of them because
yeah, of course,
they
right?
see what
Oh,
people
you
act
live in
like.
an igloo up there?
No, not like that. Like
Well, but
that
that's what
everyone's nice. Everyone says, you know.
but a lot of
thank
the
you, whatever.
a lot of the Americans are that dumb that they actually think we live in ice and snow like all the time. They're that naive to the world, like that, you know, and that's those are the
these kinds of
populations that you're
people-
capitalizing on in business, right?
And
like,
these kinds
they're
of
very
people
gullible
should not be
people, you know?
holding such a strong political opinion. They should
Yeah.
research it. They should look into things.
Here,
Because
have an
the
interview
same-
with this guy,
right?
Mr.
This-
Canada First. You want to say something?
You know,
mate?
yeah, the same person who thinks that people live in igloos shouldn't be commenting on Canada. They should not be commenting on the US. They should not be commenting on Israel, whatever. They should not be commenting on social commentaries, on political commentaries, on geopolitical issues. They should not be doing that when they're so naive to think that people live in igloos or that, you know, whatever stupid viewpoint might be out there. I
We
try
stand
not
for Canada, man. Canada first.
Yep.
You know, that's why he represents the Canada First
you know,
movement, too.
Canadians first, right?
Yeah, Canadians first,
Yeah.
man. All the
And
way.
not these fake Canadians who come here just so they can sit on their asses. Real Canadians who work hard, regardless of their ethnic or whatever background. If you're a Canadian, that means that you live for this country. You will do anything for this country. You try to build it up to be better. You try to contribute to it in whatever sense, however small or large that might be. If you contribute to the country, that makes you Canadian.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And these are the people that we should be prioritizing. And it's very, very, like, it's saddening to see people who are trying their best, who are like fighting, you know, to get into
Which
this
is the bare
country.
quality of
Yeah,
life, not
yeah.
being given,
Who
like,
are fight? Yeah,
like
exactly.
extra quality of life.
These people who are fighting to come to Canada
Yeah.
because they want a better opportunity for themselves, for their families, to build up something that they never had the opportunity for. These people, when I see these people struggling so hard to get here, while other people are just coming in here, like one person gets in and then like 100 family members coming after them. That's so stupid. Why are we letting these people in when they're doing nothing for
They're
the country?
literally just leeching, sucking on our welfare systems, and not contributing a damn thing.
And who does this? Who is this disadvantaging? Right?
yeah,
Our elderly,
we're
our
paying
people,
for this.
yeah, everyone.
We're paying for them
right?
to be here.
And they show no gratitude for it. They show no respect either to the people, to the government, anyone who's
Yeah.
helping them.
They disrespect the flag.
And eventually it gets to a point of entitlement.
Yep.
And I think that's kind of the societal
Does
ruin.
it take a
And this,
nation? It takes a nation, though. Everybody has to kind of like collectively work together and sign these petitions, do the right thing, you know.
Like,
even
there's
the
so
things
many
against,
pressing
like,
issues
the
right now,
child
like-
sex offenders, right?
yeah, it
Yeah.
needs to be publicized. Why is
have to
the
go
yeah?
publicize that stuff, but it takes independence.
Oh my
like,
God.
They
Yeah.
shouldn't get a light sentence and then be released back into the streets. They need to be locked up.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And why is this not public information? So many things that the states are doing, actually under Trump's administration. I don't think he's a perfect leader, no, but I think he's doing so many things so well. Like, for example, like think about immigration control, like ICE. Everyone is so quick to cherry pick the couple cases of brutality or what they think it is. They don't look at it from the actual perspective or the actual official reports. Even if their favorite news channel goes on and says, this person did this, therefore they got arrested. They don't see that. They just see the action itself and they don't look at any of the context.
They
And
don't
then
look at any of the facts. They just believe what they see.
Right.
Right there.
This is the moral rot that is happening in our country because no one cares to look at the facts. No one cares to look at, you know, events with a neutral perspective first and then apply their beliefs to it. Our nation is also losing its belief in God. We are becoming less and less a Christian nation.
Yeah.
Everything that's happening right now is not going to benefit Canada. Nothing that's happening right now is going to benefit Canadians.
Yeah, we need to rise up.
We need to rise up and we need to
as
wake up.
Christian nation.
As Canadians, we need to wake up.
Yeah.
We all need to unite.
It's just so disappointing. Like, I just don't want to see myself, you know, developing in a place like this. This is why I want to move to the U.S. or somewhere with more opportunity.
Right.
And I guess we are favoring more opportunities for immigrants to come in and do lower level jobs that are, you know, harder to get out of, not grow, you know, not, I guess, growing positions that they could get higher, they
right.
can get promoted, they can,
Like,
you know,
give them like
rise.
ample opportunities.
They
but
don't.
don't give them the opportunities that are integral to our development as
No,
as a youth.
no. I think we should give them ample opportunity, but we shouldn't give them opportunity that they can exploit, which is what's happening right now.
100%.
Yeah.
It's just so disappointing to see the state of our country, the state of our politics, and the state
it's
of, you
been
know,
happening
yeah.
for like decades, right?
It has,
happens, like,
and-
by these waves, you know, it
yeah.
happened with Somalis, and it happened now. It's happening with all these refugees coming
Yeah.
in from different.
And some of them try to gain power and then change the laws in our system
for
And-
their advantage,
for
right?
their advantage. And the only way how they win is by cheating. That, like, who knows better about what rigged elections better than them? They
Right.
rigged the elections.
Because think about it. Even if they're claiming that they're, you know, like politicians in their country, whatever, and then look at the politics in their country.
Yeah.
You want that kind of politician in our
No,
country?
I don't.
Think
It's not
so.
fair.
Yeah.
I think
It's
we
not
need-
fucking
yeah,
fair.
We need people going after the politicians. We need change and reform of our MP and our councils.
And then look at our
council
even the
members, everybody needs
cities.
to get-
Even look at the city of Toronto and its governing system right now. Do you know how disappointing it is? Like in June,
so disappointing.
in June they had the Pride Parade, right?
Yeah.
Why the hell they're closing the Yonge Street? Why are they closing Yonge Street for
I
that?
even
They
heard
had
them.
Church Street,
Yeah.
actually, and I think it's so stupid because you know what I
They were
experienced
displaying
firsthand?
full frontal nudity.
They told
Like-
me to get off the road. I didn't have a press pass, so I had to scoot
Okay.
under this thing.
You know what I had to
That
do?
wasn't allowed.
I had people who were in that thing, so I just went to the back and I jumped over the fence and I went into film,
Yeah,
which
I had the
yeah.
whole video of me at the front, and then the cops eventually told
Yeah.
me to leave.
But yeah, what I think is it's so stupid regarding that because why did they close in? You know, one of our main roads.
bring Carney in, bring Olivia Chow.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
They have time to
Olivia
do
Chow
that.
is having too much fun doing whatever, going to parties, doing whatever instead of doing
She's
things.
learning how to twerk from a drag queen, going to a pride parade, going to a salsa event, and then having the gall and audacity to say that Toronto is one of the safest cities after there was a shooting. Like, what are we doing?
It is crazy.
And have you ever met her in person? I've met her in person. She's a douchebag.
I've had some few choice of words of her saying it up close to her.
Oh no, like even not saying anything to her, she's been very, very. douchey to
She
me
would
before,
never.
yeah.
She would never respond to anything. I've seen some clips of her, like somebody interviewing her, asking her a question.
And also, it's kind of funny because you look at how advanced her speech is in these press releases, and you try to talk to her, and then
yeah,
maybe someone else is writing her speeches.
yeah. They
Right.
can't even think of anything from their own mind without reading a script.
Right. That's why they need someone like Brad Bradford to come in next, because he's
Okay.
following in line. Because
I'm not going to comment on this because I'm not too involved in Toronto politics,
Yeah. No,
but I still can't acknowledge what they are. The current politics of Toronto is wrong.
So over 350 of them.
Yeah. Anyways, but what I was about the Pride Parade, right?
Yeah.
They close up Yonge Street and they close up Church Street. My friend lives up in that area
Yeah.
in one of the streets between, and he can't get his car out at all for a whole weekend.
The whole weekend.
That's fucked. Come
They were,
on.
I believe
on,
on,
Toronto.
I think on Saturday
What's
there
going
was an
on?
ambulance that was having trouble getting in because they
insane.
barricaded the whole
That's
street.
insane.
Why are
For
there
their bubble
roads?
party, guys.
Why are there whole roads that are completely inaccessible because of a party that's going on
yeah.
for this?
Like,
lo-
you're trying to get to places.
And it used to be a protest, right? But now it's a.
It used to be a
Now it's a
protest.
celebration.
Now it's been
Right.
hijacked by the alphabet mafia.
Yeah. it
Right,
is.
a lot of these, people who are in this. Oh shit! What's going on here? Oh, it's a tweaker. It's a
What's going on
tweaker.
here?
Okay. Anyways, but what I'm saying is. Oh, what the hell? Get him!
Yeah, get him.
Yeah, get him!
Yeah, you tell him.
Yeah, you don't put your hands on people, jackass.
Have another one, buddy.
I don't know what the hell was that about.
Wife. Oh yeah, that's right. She did the house.
That was weird.
Chaos in the world makes it go round, boys and girls. It's like a yin yang. But yeah, man, it's cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. These people, no one's helping them too.
No, they're definitely,
Me?
Oh, here, I'll shoot you with
Yeah.
yo with my lasers. It's so
Oh
funny.
my
You
God.
just gotta vibe sometimes.
Do you ever have to play like the no looky game on the subway when there's someone at the end bent over and yelling slurs at you, and if you make eye contact, they're running at you like the Terminator? Yeah.
I get that with the Muslims. You're hitting me with your camera. Like I'm hitting them like this. I'm hitting them with the camera. From a distance, so then they're allowed to
Okay.
hit me
Also, I don't want to look.
physically.
I don't want to look bad on camera, so let me
So
just get the
good.
light in.
Yeah,
Okay.
so cool,
yeah.
dude.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do one
So
more.
cool,
One more.
bro.
Yeah. Do one
Yeah.
more.
So about the Pride Parade.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how they just blocked the whole entire road, and you can't even get to places where you need to go. That's
right.
right.
Exactly.
For
Right?
the whole weekend.
Like again, I live right up in Bloor Yorkville, and I was coming in from my friend's house in near Scarborough. 45 minutes of detour in this horrible traffic just to get somewhere, which would have been 2 minutes across Yonge Street anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
If you go up, they just have a whole section just in case, and it's 2 blocks that the police are just guarding there. Open road, no barricades, nothing, no parade. It's been routed around that. But they're just keeping it just in case. So stupid. What is this waste of resources, everything going on?
What are we doing, Toronto?
Poor management, such a poor, poor foresight that's going into planning these kinds of things.
Yeah, it's like bad like urban planning and like like a deeper urban planning, not just like landscape and
They'll just like,
but it's like this.
They'll just let anyone build anything at this point.
Yep.
Because
everything's too confined. The cost of things are too much.
Okay, I think everyone's just too concerned nowadays about money and appearance, right?
Yeah.
You want to appeal to these woke people, doing whatever, sitting on their asses.
I just saw a dairy farmer having to pour out milk in the wintertime because the cows make a lot of milk in the winter, so they have to just pour it out. Instead of like just using it or putting it into something or
but the milk is still expensive.
It's still
right?
expensive.
So what kind of like society are we living in when they're so wasteful in their tactics and everything from infrastructure to biological creatures to give us life?
Do you know how poor the infrastructure is? There's no cell service in any of these tunnels either. Like I'd say what's it called, Rosedale up, nothing. That should take maybe like a year to build. It's been 20 years since we've had cell. There's not even emergency contact in there, which I think is the bare minimum. I think a metropolitan city with like 3 million people should at least have emergency contact access everywhere.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Which